So again, we are revising what we done last time. So last time we done introductory part. So again, I'm repeating that introductory part. Okay. If you forget, you can ask me. Rotational dynamics. We know the word rotation. Rotation means anything which will rotate. Our Earth is rotating, correct? So this is called rotation. Example, fan is rotating.
Yes.
This is called rotation. For rotation, we require a rod on axis. In physics, we are represented by axis. Chance that object is moving, correct? Without axis, object can't. In Earth, there is one axis. We can assume there is an axis in which this Earth is moving. Now, second word is dynamic. We will see later what do you mean by rotation. Dynamic means, so dynamic, what do you mean by dynamic? So first we will understand the what branch of physics. So physics having three branches. One branch is called thermal branch. Second branch is called electrical or mechanical branch. And the last branch is called mechanics. Mechanical already मैंने बता दिया. And last branch is electrical branch. Everyone, can you hear me clearly, students? Voice proper आ रहा है?
सर आवाज.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक है. So in these three branches, we will study the mechanics branch. So what do you mean by mechanics? So mechanics is the branch of physics in which we study the motion of the object and the force acting on the object. We already know anything we need to move, we either push or pull by applying force. Without force, we can't move anything, right? In mechanics, there are further divided into two parts. One is called statics and second is called kinetic. What do you mean by statics? The study of object at rest. If any object is at rest, we are saying the object is static. Example, an object we are putting on the table. So now the object is not moving. So we can say this object is static. Second part is called kinetic. What do you mean by kinetic? Study of object in motion. If anything is moved, is called kinetic. For example, car is moving. So car is moving. So car is moving. That means car is doing motion. So we can say that this is kinetic motion. Okay. Now kinetic motion is further divided into two parts. One is called kinematic motion, and second is called dynamic motion. So one by one we will study. First, what do you mean by kinetic motion? The study of object in motion. Okay. When we are studying only the motion of the object is called kinematic motion. Understood? For example, Newton kinematical equation. With this equation, we can find the velocity, we can find the acceleration, we can find the time. Understood?
Yes.
Second part is dynamic. What do you mean by dynamic? Study of object in motion. So what is the difference between kinematic and dynamic? If both saying the same word, no, there is a difference. Study of object in motion as well as the force which is responsible for that motion. Understood the difference? Here motion is occur because of any force. Understood? So example is centrifugal force and centripetal force.
सर एक बार वापस समझाइए ना सर, मेरा कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा था सर.
Okay, which part? Kinematic part or dynamic part?
सर दोनों सर.
Kinematic is nothing but study of object in motion. If you are studying object motion का study कर रहे, we are seeing the kinematic. What is the important part here? Dynamic. Dynamic same definition. Study of object in motion. Second, what is the force which is responsible for that motion? We will also study in dynamics. So I know you understand the difference. Here we will only study the motion. Here we study the motion plus force. Correct? So example is centripetal force and centrifugal force. Centripetal force, those force which push the object, which push toward the object. Okay. Centrifugal force, the force which push or pull the object. Okay. We will study later about centripetal and centrifugal force. Now, in your rotational dynamic chapter is divided into two parts. One part is called divided into circular motion and second part is rotational motion. Now, first we will understand what do you mean by circular motion. So we already know last time we will study of motion of an object. See the motion of an object along a circumference of the circle. Okay. So this means that this object performs a circular motion. For example, the Earth revolving around the Sun in circular orbit. So can we say the Earth is performing circular motion? So
Yes,
this is
sir.
called circular motion. Second part is, okay, 1 minute. Second part is rotational motion. See, we know that the motion of the object about an axis passing through the object itself. If object themselves rotate, is called rotational motion. For example, this is a rod and this is my fan. Now fan is rotate themselves about an axis. This rod is fan axis, correct?
Yes.
And the fan is rotate. So for rotational motion, we need axis. If axis is not there, we assume there is an axis. In Earth, I'm assuming that north and south is my axis, where this Earth is rotating. I hope this part is clear, students.
Yes, sir.
Now, second part, 2 point to be remembered. We are going for one by one. We are following the textbook container. So what we done, we done this part one by one. We are going see. Now we will study. Now we are here, characteristics. Okay.
No.
Then we are study kinematic part. So don't worry about this. Huh? Okay, we are covering all part. Huh? 1 minute. Everyone coming see so much late.
सर सुनो तो सही
Yes, बोलो.
वो रोटेशनल और उसमें सर्कुलर में थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन है, क्लियर करो ना थोड़ा.
Very simple. If anything is revolving around another thing, ठीक है, that is called circular motion. If object self-rotating is called rotation. For example, in atoms, this is nucleus. So electron moving in, इसके around move करता रहता है electron moving in the nucleus surrounding, right? And self-rotating भी करता है electron. We know that electron is self-rotating. Then this is called rotation.
और रोटेशनल में
self rotation. For example, क्या मैं बोलूँगा एक ही जगह पे गोल गोल घूमो. So this is called rotation. Okay. 2 point to be remember about circular motion. First is it is accelerated motion. Here scientist says that if you want to perform a circular motion any object, you need two. This happened because of acceleration. What is acceleration? Change in velocity upon time. We know the definition of acceleration, their formula. What is the formula? If the velocity is changed, then acceleration is happening.
और ये टेक्स्ट का पेज नंबर कौन सा है?
Yes. 1 minute.
टेक्स्ट का पेज नंबर कौन सा है सर?
This is starting first page. Starting first page. We are here. See this part. We are study the
पेज नंबर 1.
see page number, starting page, chapter page number. 1 minute. I show you the page. Page number 1. Okay.
Characteristics ना sir.
Okay. Yes. We are doing that characteristic. See the periodic motion is there. So it is the accelerated motion. Why we are saying accelerated motion? So we see the example. Suppose an object is performing a circular motion. From the initial stage, from position A, their linear speed is 10 meters per second. We know that के कुछ limit तक object is performing linear motion too, right? So suppose the object performing linear motion 10 meters per second here from up direction. From this position, their speed is same, but the direction is left direction. Now object is on the left direction. From downward direction, from position C, their speed is still same, but the direction is down. So what is the difference in all places? Their speed is same. That means their magnitude is same. What is the difference? Their direction is
Vector,
different.
sir.
Understood. If the direction is different, that means their velocity is changed. If velocity is changed, that means acceleration is happened. Understood? That is why we are calling circular motion is nothing but accelerated motion. I hope this part is clear. Because in each place their direction is changes. Direction is not same. Second point is saying it is a periodic motion. Why we are saying after a definite interval of time it repeats itself. For example, a person is doing a jogging on the ground. From position A they start jogging. After a particular interval of time, suppose 2 minutes or 10 minutes, they again reach the same point. Again they are moving. Again after a fixed interval of time, again they are reaching their same point. So see, the object is repeated by themselves again and again. For example, clock. In one day, how many times 12 o'clock is there? How many times 12 o'clock is repeated? 2 times. Right now? Yes. So this is called periodic motion. After a fixed interval time, the thing is repeated again and again. This is the second characteristic of circular motion. Second, now we will differentiate kinematic equation with circular motion. So I'm making two different tables. One table I'm written kinematic circular motion. This is new for us. And second is kinematic linear motion. This is we already know about 9 and 10 class. So with the help of linear motion, we can understand the circular motion. If you understand linear motion now, you can easily understand circular motion. See, here car is position A. After a particular distance at particular time, they cover a distance and reaching the position B. So how to find the velocity? We already know the formula. Velocity or speed is nothing but distance, that means s, upon time, that means small t. Correct? I'm asking, find their average velocity. How to find the average velocity? Yes, students. What happened? Hello? Anyone having any doubt? No, no?
No, sir.
Okay. How to find average velocity is very easy. How to find the average velocity? The change in distance upon change in time. What I'm putting here, delta. What is delta represent? Delta represent the change. Okay. This symbol we also use in chemistry. Okay. That place we also use the same word, change. This symbol represents the big change. See, the car is starting from position A and they are reaching to position B. They cover the large distance. Now, if they cover the large distance, we are representing by delta. Okay. This is called the average velocity. How to find the unit is very easy. Distance unit is meter and time unit is second. So the unit is meter per second. How to find the unit? With the help of formula. We can find the unit with the help of formula. It's very easy. Don't mug up the unit. Second, if we understand velocity, we can easily find the acceleration. What is acceleration? So acceleration is nothing but change in velocity upon time. This is called the acceleration. Correct?
Yes, sir.
I hope you understand. What is the unit of acceleration? We already know the acceleration unit, meter per second square.
Meter per second square.
If you understand average velocity or average acceleration, you can easily tell me about instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity means sudden instant if the distance is changed. For example, if an object is moved and it covers a distance at 3 seconds. For example, a car velocity after 3 seconds, how much will be the car velocity after 3 seconds? So we know that after 3 seconds, there will be very small velocities there, 0.1 kilogram. So 0.1 is approximately near to the zero value. So at that time, we are saying this is very small value. So instantaneous condition, we are representing the small change. Okay. So V instantaneous, what is the formula? Distance upon time. Why am I representing here small d? This small d represents the small change in distance upon small change in time. Okay. So we can find the formula of acceleration. Same, instantaneous acceleration is small change in velocity. Sorry, here omega is there. Small change in velocity upon small change in time. In mathematics, how to represent this word? Velocity, change in velocity with respect to time. This is a way of reading this word. Okay. Now Newton kinematic equation. We know the three kinematic equations. We already studied in class 10, class 9, and class 8. V is equal to u plus at. S is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2s. And what we know, velocity and acceleration both are parallel to each other, or both are equal. If velocity increase, acceleration is also increase. If velocity decrease, acceleration also decrease. Because velocity changes पे ही हमारा acceleration is depend. Okay. If you understand linear part, you can easily understand acceleration part. What is the difference between linear and acceleration? Only symbol part is different. Na? See, V is represented by, we know that velocity का symbol in circular motion is represented by omega. Acceleration we are represented by in circular motion by alpha symbol. Correct? Initial velocity we are represented by which symbol? Omega 0. Clear? Velocity is represented by angular velocity. Remember this word. Now distance is represented by angular distance. Correct? We know the formula of angular distance. S is equal to r theta. How we know this formula? We already know about in class 11. We studied this formula in law of motion. Okay, chapter number 4. So take this r from left side, so it becomes theta is equal to s upon r. Remember this formula. S is equal to r theta. Here s is distance, r is position vector, theta represents the angular distance. Okay. Shall we go further? Now, angular velocity. What is the formula of angular velocity? Same copy here. How to find the formula? V की जगह I am replacing omega. Delta S की जगह S I am replacing theta, and T is as it is. Now understood how I make
सर
formula?
आवाज अटक रही है सर आपकी.
Okay, voice is breaking. Now you can hear clearly. Now my voice
Yes,
is
sir.
okay. So
Yes,
how to
sir.
convert angular formula, circular motion formula? Same.
Yes,
V
sir.
की जगह we are replacing by omega, and delta S we are replacing by theta, and time is as it is. Easy है कि नहीं? It's very easy. See, we are just replacing the symbol only. Okay. What is the unit? We know that theta is represented by radian, and time is as it is second. Similarly, what is the acceleration formula? We know the acceleration formula. Change in velocity upon change in time. Similarly, in circular motion, acceleration is represented by alpha, correct? And V is represented by omega, and time is as it is. The unit is radian per second square. Similarly, we can find the formula of angular instantaneous angular velocity. Same. The distance is represented by theta symbol, and time is as it is. Similarly, we can find the instantaneous angular acceleration formula. What is the formula? D omega upon dt. Have you understand how we are converting linear motion to angular motion formula? कैसे बनाया?
Yes,
Understood? Very
Yes,
easy.
sir.
Very easy. Similarly, we can convert Newton kinematical equation. What we are taking V की जगह? We are taking V की जगह omega, right? Small u की जगह we are taking omega 0. This means that omega 0 is represent initial velocity, starting velocity, and omega represent the final velocity, correct? And acceleration we are replacing by alpha, and time is as it is. How we convert kinematical equation? Clear? Similarly, second equation, distance. Distance replaced by theta. Initial velocity is replaced by omega 0, and time is as it is. Half AT. A is replaced by alpha in circular motion. Omega square. V is replaced by omega. Initial U is represented by omega 0 square. A and S is replaced by alpha. Clear this part? Easy, eh? Now remember this
Yes,
formula. This is your old concept, class 9, 10. Now you have to remember this part. Okay. Now direction. How to find the
सर एक बार
velocity
वापस समझा दो ना सर वही पार्ट. एक
Which
बार
part?
वापस सर.
Convergent part.
हाँ सर.
So,
Yes
see,
sir.
this is very easy. Remember, velocity का replacement क्या होता है circular motion में? This is the omega. Acceleration replacement is alpha. See, this is circular motion symbol, and this is linear motion symbol. Linear motion का symbol we already know. What is new for us? Circular motion symbol. In circular motion, velocity is represented by omega symbol. Acceleration symbol is alpha. Distance symbol is theta. Now understood?
सर शॉर्ट में समझा दो ना, एकदम डिफरेंस अलग अलग करके क्यों चाहिए?
Short में तो right now I'm explaining in short ना. Okay.
पता है सर.
Now second, direction. What is the direction? What you, which part you are not understood? Now listen, we are recording this lecture. If you are asking same thing 3 times, 4 times, so it is difficult to cover na. So I'm recording this lecture. If you have doubt, again you check this video. Okay, I give you the video. Send to the WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Anything
Okay
else?
sir, yes sir. Group में send
Direction
कर
of angular velocity, because I'm revising this part. I am already teach you this part. Monday lecture. Direction of angular velocity. Remember, we are using which rule? Right hand thumb rule. How to find the velocity or angular displacement direction? Very easy. If the object motion is anti-clockwise direction, so that your direction of angular velocity and angular distance is always upward. If the motion of the object is clockwise direction, so the direction of velocity and displacement is downward direction. Simple.
Onward.
This tell me about this rule we are finding with the help of right hand thumb rule. Okay. Next, uniform circular motion. Uniform. The word uniform means same, or second word is constant. What is the meaning of uniform? Constant. CM means circular motion. We know the word CM means circular motion. Okay. So what is the definition of UCM? If one object performing circular motion with constant speed. What do you mean by constant speed? Remember, the speed is scalar quantity. We know that. And the velocity is vector quantity. Understood? This is scalar and this is vector. So I'm writing, see what I am written here. Speed, constant speed. Okay.
बोलो ना वॉइस सबको
हेलो सर, आपकी
सर डिस्टरबेंस हो रहा है.
Arey, very easy. Don't worry about the disturbance. We have security options. So if you trouble me, I mute everyone. Huh? Okay. Now take UCM. What is UCM saying? Suppose a object is here. Their speed is 10 meter per second. Now after some interval of time, they are reaching position B. Now their direction is left hand side and their speed is again same. Now they are reaching the position C after few interval of time. Again their speed is same. In each place their speed is same. According to scalar quantity, their speed is constant. According to velocity, their speed is changed because direction is changed. That is I am written here. Their speed is constant. Each place their speed is 10 meter per second. So I am saying this type of motion is circular motion. Every place their speed is constant. Understood? So this is called uniform circular motion. We take one more example. This is my sun and this is earth. Now we know that earth is revolving around the sun at a particular fixed interval of time. In each place their speed is same. Correct? Huh? So can we say that earth is performing uniform circular motion? Correct? Huh? Each place their speed is same and they travel in a fixed interval of time. Correct? Okay. Now we know that velocity means here velocity is changing because their direction is changing. That means acceleration has happened. This acceleration is called centripetal acceleration and also called radial acceleration. We understand. See, this is my earth. एक अच्छा diagram we will make here. This is my earth. Okay. And this is me. So now moving this direction. So away from the earth, there are some force which pull this moon towards the center of the earth. Again the moon change their direction. Now they are moving from left hand side. When they are moving away from the earth, again some force pull this moon towards the center of the earth. Now moon is going to this direction. When they are moving away from the earth, again some force push this moon towards the center of the earth. That means earth के पास कोई तो ऐसा force है. There is some force which pull that object towards the center. Correct, no? This force is called centripetal force or radial acceleration. In simple word, we are saying gravity. This gravity is pulling again and again. That is why they are performing circular motion. So in few parts they are performing linear motion too. In few seconds they are performing linear motion. See? So every circular motion object performs few linear motion too. Okay. And this linear motion is represented by straight line, this, which is cut to the circle, which is also called tangential line. Correct? And what is the formula of radial acceleration? We done in class 11. Radial acceleration is equal to omega square r. With the help of this formula, we can easily find the radial acceleration. How to find this formula? So see, here I am written again. Take left hand side. What is the acceleration formula? Change in velocity upon time. Correct? Velocity formula is distance upon time. So we are putting here, we are submitted by distance upon time formula. It becomes ds square upon dt square. Next, we know the formula of s. What is s formula? S is equal to r theta. We are submitting here s formula. What we are getting? r d theta square upon dt square. Okay, we know that change in distance upon time is called velocity. Here, change in angular distance upon angular time is nothing but angular velocity. So what we are getting, left hand side is equal to right hand side. A is equal to r omega square. Understood? How we find? We have variable formula, variety of formula. We know that v is equal to r omega. Okay. So take this r from left side. What we are getting, omega is equal to v upon r. They take this v upon r here, omega place. What we are getting, radial acceleration is equal to v square upon r square into r cancel. What we are getting here, radial acceleration is equal to v square upon r. This is another formula. So we can make many formulas. Okay. This formula is based on scalar quantity and this formula is based on vector form equation. So in vector we are representing by this arrow symbol. This arrow symbol represents the vector sign. AR is equal to minus omega square r. What is minus sign? The minus sign represents the acceleration always towards the center of the earth and the position vector is always away from the center. Because it represents the position, na? That is why their arrow is always away from the center. Okay. This part is already done in 11th class. So I am not repeating this part. Okay. Types of acceleration. So in this chapter, we will study 3 types of acceleration. One is called centripetal acceleration. We already study right now centripetal acceleration. Everyone can hear me? My voice is coming? Students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now centripetal acceleration having 2 types, uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. In both places, centripetal acceleration is happening. Centripetal acceleration only happen in uniform circular motion. Okay. And non-uniform circular motion, centripetal acceleration, tangential acceleration and angular acceleration. तीनों form होते हैं इसके अंदर. So this part is already done. We directly start tangential acceleration. What is tangential acceleration? So tangential acceleration, for example, if an object performs a circular motion at certain place, they are performing linear motion. कोई भी चीज circular motion में घूमती है ना, तो एक certain limit तक वो linear motion perform करता है. That linear motion is represented by symbol v. Okay. That linear motion acceleration, that linear velocity is called tangential acceleration. What is tangent? A line is intersecting the circle at particular point. This is called tangent. Okay. So here tangential acceleration is happened because in each place the tangent line direction is different. If the direction is different, that means velocity is also different. If velocity is different, that means tangential acceleration is happening. So we take one example for better understanding tangential acceleration. Suppose fan, when I'm on the fan start rotating. Okay. From position 1, their velocity is 10 meter per second. A fan on किया था, their speed is start increasing. At position 2, their speed become 20 meter per second. At position 3, their speed is 30 meter per second. This means that as tangential acceleration is happening. Okay. When their speed is constant, tangential acceleration is not happen. Tangential acceleration only happens when the speed is changing. Okay. In second case, I'm turn off the fan. If I'm turning off the fan, first case their speed is very high. Now in second position, their speed is start decreasing. Okay. In each place, their speed is not same. The speed is changes. So tangential acceleration is happening. What happens if their speed is same in each place? So tangential acceleration is not happening. Tangential acceleration तभी happen होगा when the speed is changing. Okay. Similarly, in angular acceleration, now angular acceleration and tangential acceleration is same. Okay. If the fan is on, their speed is changing, so the angular acceleration is happening. If the fan is off, their speed is decreasing, so that angular acceleration is happening. How to find their direction? So here we are not using the right hand thumb rule. Here we are using the different method. If the speed is increasing, understood this word. If the object motion is increasing, the speed is increases, the direction of linear acceleration or angular acceleration is always upward direction. If the speed is decreases, so the direction of angular acceleration and tangential acceleration is always downward direction. I hope you understand the direction, how to detect the direction. Now, how much part we done in your textbook? Now we are coming to this part. We done this and this whole part. Now we are here. So in this part, see the picture. In picture, I am representing again same thing. This is the center point. This is my radius. This is my object which performing circular motion. Now, what is the meaning of this symbol? In your textbook, this symbol represents vector coming out of the paper. This symbol represents the direction. This symbol represents the direction of the distance or velocity is upward direction. Agar dot is there, so understood the direction is represent the upward coming from the paper. If the symbol is like this, this represents the direction of the vector going inside the paper or downward direction. Okay, understood this symbol meaning? This symbol represents the downward direction and this symbol represents the up direction. Clear this direction problem? I hope this part is clear, students. Now again see uniform. Now we understand exact meaning of UCM and non-UCM. UCM means uniform circular motion. If you understand UCM, the opposite of UCM is non-uniform circular motion. UCM is centripetal acceleration. In uniform circular motion, centripetal acceleration is there, which is also called radial acceleration. In here, the radial acceleration is not constant. Each place where radial acceleration is changed. Why? Due to the change in direction of the velocity, my acceleration is changing. In UCM, tangential acceleration is constant. Because in each place uniform circular motion, their speed is constant. That is why tangential acceleration happen nahi hoga. Similarly, angular acceleration is not happening in uniform circular motion. Example, motion of the earth around the sun is the best example of uniform circular motion. Now, what is non-uniform circular motion? The opposite of UCM. Non-uniform circular motion, radial acceleration is happened, tangential acceleration is happened, and angular acceleration. This whole property is there in non-uniform circular motion. Example of non-uniform circular motion is motion of the body on a vertical circle. Vertical circle means अगर horizontal motion है तो UCM perform होगा. If the motion is vertical like this, for example, bike motion is one of the best example of non-uniform circular motion. Okay. This part is clear. Now we are coming to actual part, dynamic part. Now in dynamic part, I show you the two examples, centripetal force and centrifugal. Remember, now I'm clearing that part. What is centripetal force? Now the word centri means center. Petal means toward. Okay. So center toward force is called centripetal force. Suppose here a person is standing with they have thread and they tie a stone and they start moving that stone in a circular motion. So what will happen? The stone is want to go out from the motion, but because of hand, there are some force, they are pushing that stone and they perform the circular motion. Because of hand, they are performing circular motion. Correct now? So the hand is performing a center force. Okay. So this force is called centripetal force. So centripetal force is the real force and the acceleration is always perpendicular to the velocity in this force. What is the formula of centripetal force? mv square upon r. We know that v is equal to r omega. So here v ki jagah I am replacing r omega. What we are getting m r omega square. Okay. We will go more clearly this centripetal force later. What is centrifugal force? The centrifugal force, center. Fugal means away. So center away force is called centrifugal force. If an object is moving away from the circular motion, that is called centrifugal force. This is not a real force. This pseudo force, fake force is also called centrifugal force. For better understanding centrifugal force, we have to understand the frame of reference. What is frame of reference? From where observer study the object. Okay. किसी भी object, if you want to study any motion of the object, we have to observe somewhere outside this object. For example, here an object is moving. So we are the observer. The observer is called frame of reference. We are watching here and study this object motion. Okay. but there is a condition. What is the condition? Your motion is 0. That means your motion is, you are not moving. It's necessary for study the other object motion. Here all Newton law is valid, and this is also called a real force. Okay. See the example. Here one object is moving, and here one person is standing and watching that motion. Okay. So this person can easily understand their motion. What will be the formula for finding the motion? This is called centripetal formula, mv square upon r. We can also use another formula, minus mr omega square. Second is called non-inertial frame of reference. In this case, the person inside the object. Okay. Now we will stop here because less than 1 minute is there. And what is your assignment? See, the backside question is there in your textbook. Backside question is there. What we done here, those questions you have to complete. First is your MCQ. I show you the question 6. You have to complete all MCQ and write in your spare notebook. Okay. This part is done. This is the MCQ part. I send you this MCQ PDF in our personal group. We are just making a group. So complete this whole MCQ. Okay. Anything else? You have any doubt related to this part? I hope you understand this part. हाँ, yes guys. Doubt आया यहाँ पर कुछ? Clear है whole part?